and welcome here to more Talk FCB, and welcome here this evening to an absolutely massive video once again, because on the agenda still is the future of Lionel Messi. Is he really thinking about leaving now after that meeting with Ronald Koeman? There are serious suggestions that he's not happy. He is thinking about the exit door, and we're going to be discussing everything we've learned over the last few hours, and also in today's video, discussion on the future too of Luis Suarez. It is all coming up. We have to discuss. So let's get to it. Because if we do get straight into this right now on the Messi situation in full, because we spoke over on Talk FCB earlier on today about that massive meeting that was coming to a head between Lionel Messi and Ronald Koeman, who, let's not forget, Ronald Koeman yesterday, that was his first day in the Barcelona job, and already he is straight into the action here, trying to resolve Lionel Messi's future. Now, Messi has cut short his holiday. Apparently, he actually cut that short from yesterday, and there were even suggestions that meeting with Koeman actually took place last night. But either way, now the information is circulating about exactly what was discussed in that meeting, where it was expected that Ronald Koeman was just going to tell Messi exactly what his plans were. We've heard over the past few days about the fact that Koeman is going to base his entire project and the team will be based around Lionel Messi. But Messi is not happy. In that meeting, according not only to one source, but widespread reports in the Catalan media, from RAC 1, even from Mundo Deportivo, which, let's not forget, they are close to the board at the club. They've said that in that meeting, Messi told Koeman that right now he feels more outside of the club than inside, and for that reason, his future is still in the balance. Because in that meeting there, Messi apparently conveyed to Koeman that obviously it's not so much the sporting project that he doubts at Barcelona, but it's the problems there within the boardroom that still, Messi I think feels as though nothing has been resolved. We heard a few weeks ago now about Messi feeling unhappy. We know about his differences there with the board of directors at Barcelona and the lack of direction they clearly have. And I think if you're Messi right now, yeah, you've said, well, okay, we've sacked Setien, we brought in Ronald Koeman, Eric Abidal's lost his job, but still, Bartomeu remains at the head of it all, and that's not right. And I think Messi here is well within his rights to say, you know what, nothing has changed. Not enough has changed right now, and I'm still not happy. And Messi by no means is demanding this or demanding that. He's not gone in there and asked for a load of signings or asked for certain renewals. It's nothing to do with that. What Messi wants is a winning team, a winning project, and I'm sure he looks at the board and he thinks, you know what, that's just not something you can give me right now. I could go to any other club that I wanted to in the world, and I could get what I want. I could get a winning team. That's what he wants to do. He doesn't want to be suffering the kind of defeats that we have against Roma, Liverpool, Bayern. None of us do. And for that reason, we have all wanted now for some time Bartomeu out of his job. But no, he hasn't resigned. He hasn't even brought forward elections by all that much. And Messi's probably thinking, you could wait until March there for those new elections. The new president comes in. It's a long old process there to try to get the club back on the right track. And he's 33 years old. He might be getting at the point now where he's thinking, you know what, I'm wasting my career under somebody like Bartomeu. I don't want to do that anymore. And believe me, he is serious about leaving the club. Now, what has also been said in the Spanish media, that Messi, like I say, is unhappy, but he does realise it's not going to be easy to leave. He's not saying that he's gone. He's not saying, you know what, I'm packing my bags, I'm off, I'm out of Barcelona, goodbye. It wasn't anything like that. He simply spoke with Koeman about the problems that he had, about the feelings that he had apparently towards the board. And I'm sure that Messi does realise that he has a €700 million release clause, and the club are not going to let him go for a single euro less than that. But that's what I'd say right now about the club's stance, and why I feel as though Bartomeu, those around him, are very, very worried about what's going on with Messi. Because over the past few days, every single time the Messi question has come up, every single time there, either Bartomeu, even Ronald Koeman, when they've been asked about whether Messi is going to continue at the club, they've always said Messi will stay because he has a contract. Messi has a contract at Barcelona, therefore he will still be here next season. And that's what they said. They haven't openly come out and said, you know what, Messi really wants to stay. Messi can't wait for the new season. Messi is looking good. Messi wants to be here. All they've come back and said, he has that contract. And it feels as though that's the only thing right now stopping Messi from actually leaving. The fact that he has a contract that has a quite simply massive buyout clause. But as I've said before, that doesn't necessarily mean that nobody can pay that. 700 million, it might sound like an absolutely massive clause, but you know what? There are teams out there, particularly somebody like Manchester Manchester City, who are run by some of the richest people in the world, and they will fork out to sign Messi. They will pay the money to bring him in and actually there create something they've never seen at their club before. And it's as simple as that. And that is why right now the board are trying to say, calm down, he's fine, he has a contract. But I still believe Messi is putting this pressure on Bartomeu. I still don't feel as though he sees the change that he wanted to. And I, for one, I'm happy that he's putting this pressure on. Of course, I don't want Messi to go. I want Messi to stay here. We're a better team, of course, with Messi in it. But I'm still happy that he in himself is fighting for that change. He is fighting for that winning project, which with Bartomeu at the helm, I don't see it happening. What we also have got to discuss in today's video guide, and a topic that I really also do want to know your thoughts on, and that is all surrounding the future of not only Messi, but also his very close friend and strike partner, Luis Suarez. Because we've already spoken in the past few days about the fact that Suarez has a number of offers on the table this summer from Qatar, from MLS, and also, of course, he's got a brilliant chance there to return to his former club, Ajax, in a really nice return for him. However, apparently, within the Spanish media, especially there from sources that are very close to the club, the feeling right now is Suarez wants to stay. He wants to fulfill his contract until 2021 at the very earliest, and he has no intention of leaving the club this summer. And naturally, people aren't happy by that. People are not happy that Suarez is going to be continuing at the club, possibly for another season. And I just want to run you here through a few possible scenarios, because obviously he's got a contract there that runs until 2021. If we want to try and ship him out this summer and he doesn't accept it, there's not a lot we can do. He's going to stay on those absolutely massive wages. The club's second highest earner is Luis Suarez. But I just want to draw your attention to the clause that's in his contract that says basically right now, next season, if he plays 60% of Barcelona's game, his contract then will be automatically renewed. There's nothing the club can do about it. They can't stop that. If he plays 60% of games next season, it will automatically trigger that renewal, believed to be until 2022, still on those big wages. So the question that I would ask right now is, if we can't shift Suarez this summer, if he demands to stay at the club, and if we keep him on board, are we then going to see him next season not feature that much? Because I would say, looking at it there from the club's point of view, if you have to keep him, surely you know next season you can't be playing him much, because you do not want to come anywhere near that 60% of games, because the last thing you want is another renewal, another year on those massive wages. And that's the question that I'd ask. Would you guys accept Suarez staying if, and it is a big if, he accepted a lesser role in the team, coming off the bench, having more of an impact role and not playing every single game, every big game from start to finish? Will you accept that lesser role? Do you believe the board, do you believe the club will actually enforce that? Or will we see Bartomeu, and this right here is a nightmare situation, will we see Bartomeu, the coward that he is, not actually worry about anything beyond his tenure? Because if that contract from Suarez renews, he doesn't really care. He's not going to be here in 2021 to 2022, so will he even mind about Suarez actually triggering that extension? And that right now for me is one of the problems when you're bringing forward those elections not far enough, because Bartomeu now has not brought them forward so that the new board will be in power in just a few months' time. It is going to be an entire season now still with that same directive, and that's the problem. That for me is why Messi is frustrated. The change has not arrived like we've hoped, and it just leaves the door open. For this season now, there's a lot of decisions that need to be made. There's a lot of decisions that you have to make in the right way. Do you really trust the people at the top of the club, as they have been for the past few years, to make the right calls? For me, I do not. And Bartomeu, still, the pressure is on him, because the best player in the history of this club, he wants to leave under your leadership. What does that tell you? So please do let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, guys. This right here today is a very big video. Obviously, it's not a video that I particularly enjoyed making. Of course, I don't want to be talking about Messi leaving the club. And of course, as well there on Luis Suarez, if he does dig his heels in this summer, and if he does potentially run close to triggering that extension next season, that's not going to be ideal for the club either. So let me know your thoughts in terms of Messi, in terms of Suarez. What resolutions would you like to see in both cases? And of course, I will see you soon, no doubt about it. There'll be plenty more uploads to come, and big days, massive days ahead for this football club. Thanks for watching, guys, and thank you for your continued support, even through all of this chaos. I'll see you soon, but until next time, as always, Visca El Barça.